I know I said I wasn't gonna come out here and do this again today, but I don't care. I wanted to. Honestly, I found that the past few days coming out here, walking and recording these videos, I really like doing this. Honestly, regardless of views and all that stuff, I think I'm gonna start doing this maybe once a week. I'm not gonna commit to anything like I did with the 30 days of filming, but I think I'm gonna come out here and do this regularly. Maybe not this specific park. I know you're probably getting bored of this whole thing. Don't want to make you dizzy, sorry. But I'm enjoying getting out here, and honestly, right after work, coming out and recording. Today I got out at noon, so a lot more time today. But I really wanted to take the time to get my steps in, I guess. Not that I really care about that sort of thing, but get out into nature, record a video. And honestly, I feel like these are a lot more personable and realistic. Although I want to make some other videos, like I said yesterday, that I have planned for a little bit more intriguing content per se. I feel like this is very connective content, and those that watch this might find that they understand me a little bit better, and hopefully through that I'll understand all of you a little bit better. But I'm just enjoying getting out into the sunlight, talking about what's going on. I don't know, it just feels like you're on a hike with me, and we're hiking together. So as far as what's going on, I've been doing a lot of research on the whole YouTube thing, and I think that, first of all, I think I really started off on the right foot. But as far as what I have coming up and my goals with that, I was watching a video. Actually, someone sent it to me. Someone who subscribed sent it to me. Someone that I know in real life sent it to me. And it was talking about making bad videos. And that kind of made me really happy because I know that these videos are bad. And I think, hopefully, for those that subscribed and those that will subscribe, that's something that they like about them. I feel like, although my personality is slowly starting to come out in these videos, I feel like this style of video really pulls my personality out and on the table. And I feel like as people slowly get to know who I am, I do feel like I will slowly find a community through that. Let's see, which is a better direction. Yeah, we're gonna go this way. I do feel like I will slowly find a community through that. However, it is a beautiful autumn day out here in the northeastern United States. And believe it or not, I'm in New York City. As crazy as that might sound. And now with all this nature, who would have thought? But it's beautiful out here. Actually, the other day I posted a video of me walking out here. I actually saw a deer, which is pretty cool. You see those all the time here, actually, as odd as that might be. But otherwise, I also had an interesting moment where I got to decide whether to show compassion or not, and I found that I chose not to, which was really surprising from me. I guess we all have things going on and we make our choices the way that we do, but just being open. Someone came into the place that I work today, and I didn't do anything actively to affect this person, but they came in. They were obviously affected by drugs of some kind and struggling, and they came in, and I'm not really sure what they wanted, but I found my brain immediately jumping to judgment when that wasn't helpful to the situation at all. I don't know, I was just surprised that, it's kind of hard when someone walks in to your place of business where you're just trying to get through the day and is obviously there for self-motivated reasons. What that is, I do not know. And they want help, but I also, it's difficult because I want to help people, But at the same time, if you help people in the wrong situations, it can kind of enable them, or worse yet, reward them for coming in. So for example, at Trader Joe's, if I was to give them a bunch of free stuff, that's not my job. I wouldn't have any say. This is just more hypothetical at this point. But if I was to give them a bunch of free stuff, it would help them out in the short term. But yeah, I believe it would hurt them in the long term. But on top of that, they would continue to come to Trader Joe's where they could get free food or help or whatever it is. So it's interesting where that line lies. Where is the helping someone a good thing, and where does it exchange over to, this is really hindering this person and I don't know if this is the right thing to do? It's a really difficult question that I ask myself a lot in a lot of different circumstances, because sometimes the nicest thing you can do is the worst thing that you can do. For example, if you have a significant other and they ask you for their opinion, or for your opinion on something they're doing, and you just say, oh, it's good, that's the nice thing to do. Give them praise for what they did, and you can do that, but it also doesn't give them the opportunity to grow from that thing that they're trying to get better at. For example, I mean, the age-old example of, do these jeans make me look fat? No makes the person feel good in the moment. Yes allows them to actually make a decision that will make them feel more comfortable as they're out, instead of, I mean, I guess the false confidence would kick in, but if they're asking you for your help and your opinion on something and you fail to give them that to the best of your ability, it really does hinder them. So looping back to this whole woman who came in situation, it's hard because giving her something would have helped, aside from like calling the ambulance if she needed it. Of course, that's a humane thing to do in any circumstance, no matter what. But if she was really struggling and was hungry, I don't want another human being to experience hunger, but are you doing them a favor by giving them that food when they're specifically asking for it? I think it's a whole different story if people are around and you approach them and you have something to give. But I think, I don't know, coming looking, I don't know. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. For those of you that watch this, what do you think the right thing to do in that situation is? If someone comes in to your place of business, you have food in abundance to give, but it's obviously not yours and it comes out of the company's pocket, is it better to give them the food or at that time, or is it better to give them food at a different time outside of that situation, or is it better to not reward them at all? Personally, I think the answer is to do it after the fact or before they even had a chance. That way they're not rewarded in the moment. Better yet, if you could do it before they have the chance, and if they come in not help at all. I don't know. It's interesting. I think there's a lot of questions and potential answers to this specific thing. But I also wonder, have any of you guys had situations like that? It's difficult to be humanitarian these days. I guess that's a big word that I wouldn't necessarily know if I attached that to myself. But it's difficult to be kind these days. I think that there are so many things pulling our attention towards other things. Even here in New York, apparently, they had to mobilize some police officers to protect, I think it has to do with the conflict between Israel and Pakistan, or Palestine. Honestly, that shows how disconnected from it I am, and I probably shouldn't be. But they did mobilize police to protect one group from the other group. But I think what actually happened was it was a group of people who were native to Israel, and they were getting attacked because of what Israel was doing overseas. Not that these people had any, just because you're connected by culture doesn't mean you were the one perpetrating, you're the one doing it. So it can just be really difficult to be kind sometimes. I guess not in that specific circumstance, but it's almost like if you give, people will keep taking. Not that these two things that are connected. My heart goes out to the people in Pakistan, that are getting bombed right now, and the children. It's terrible. But in certain circumstances, it does feel like help kind of goes back on itself. Anyway, for those of you that watch this rambling about philosophy, I would love to hear your thoughts and what you would do. Or maybe if you're interested in philosophical videos, drop a comment of another issue that you'd like for me to talk about. I think the trolley problem's a lot of fun, but I don't know that you guys want to hear me talk about the trolley problem. I do find it interesting though. Anyway, all rambling aside, I really appreciate you guys for listening to this, being here, and I can't wait to make another one tomorrow. I probably will be out of the grass again, but I can't promise you anything because I do really enjoy this. So anyway, I'll keep being me, and you keep being you. See you guys tomorrow.